Welcome to your High Vibe Business. I'm Laura DeFranco.
And I'm Donnie Bovine.
And we are here to help you create your badass high vibe business.
What does it mean to have a high vibe business? It's that business you're excited about. It lights you up and it helps you unleash that inner badass and really go for it.
You are a lover and a warrior, and you're here to change the world with your business. We will give you the strategy and resources you need to take this all to the next level.
You shouldn't do this alone. Start hanging out with other badass entrepreneurs and watch how fast your business grows.
You guys, Donnie Bovine runs a successful coaching and speaking business, and he's spent over 2 decades mastering sales.
And Laura DeFranco is an expert healer, 2 times business owner, 6-time published author, and spoken word poet.
Together, we're here to help you create your high vibe business.
All right, guys, on this episode, we are going to be talking about taking action. And Laura and I already talked about this as we can go on for hours. So this may become a couple of episodes. Read one quick review off of an Apple podcast from Jen Hudgens. It says, wow, I wish I came across this podcast sooner. The series on creating and monetizing a Facebook group is amazing. Thank you, Jen. We so appreciate that.
Wow, thanks. That's awesome. Thanks for the reviews, guys.
Absolutely. So, Miss Laura, let's talk action.
Holy moly. So you guys know that my middle name is Get Shit Done. And so I've joked about that for my whole life. Seriously. I don't know what that is, but what I do know about it is that has been the reason for many of the successes that I have had. Able to take action with the feelings of discomfort or fear or doubt or uncertainty. I just feel it and do it anyway. I've gotten a lot better at it in the last part of my life than the beginning, but I was always taking action. I don't know about you, Donnie.
Yeah, it was interesting. For me, being the sales guy, there's no choice but to take action, because if you don't sell, you don't eat, right? And so I really grew up in that realm of, and I love the Get Shit Done Club, because those are just my people. And I think sometimes people think they're get shit done people, and they're not.
Yes.
But because you can tell the get shit done people, they're a breed apart. And so the big thing that I want to bust for people is there's this whole slew of influencer and what's not there that always talk about you got to take massive action. And I think it's bullshit. And because massive action scares people.
Yeah.
It is not doable. You can't do, if you were to try and take massive action on social media, that would mean you're every day going live on LinkedIn, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, Snapface, Twop, TikTok, whatever the hell it's called, all the stuff.
Oh my God, what did you just say?
I have no idea.
Great. I got you though. I got you.
Right. And you just can't do that stuff. So
right.
I'm all for, let's take the right actions in the right directions and
aligned action.
I
like that term.
Right. Yeah. And do the shit you should be doing to move your damn business forward.
So you guys realize that if we have the solution to this, it will be the $1 billion solution to your problem. This is the thing. If we could get you to do what you already know you need to do, this would solve 99.9% of your problems. And I think you're having me think about it in a way a minute ago that, if it's an episode 1 and 2, I think episode 1 today is kind of how do we get people having more fun with feeling that terrible feeling that they feel, the fear or the whatever, uncertainty, and taking the action anyway, right? And then episode 2, maybe we talk more about what are all the actions you can be taking. But if you were getting over the feeling of fear, the thing is, the science behind that has to do with it's bringing up a very visceral, primal fear response. So I get it. It feels sometimes like you're going to die, it's got that feel to it. It's like that feeling in your gut or your chest or whatever. And you think of all the things people are thinking of you, or shit that might happen to you if you take the action, or this or that. But that's where we want you to understand that you got to take full responsibility for your mindset here. You have to understand what you're making the feeling mean, and then clear your mind and just go do it anyway, right? It's easy to say.
Yeah, it is, but I also want people to understand, and I'm 100% on board with everything you just said. Is people often look at other people and go, damn, they were lucky, or damn, the world was handed to them, or I just wish life came that easy to me. Here's the truth, guys. Those are the get shit done people.
Yeah.
They took the action and they did the things that they knew they were supposed to do, even when nobody was watching. And that's what integrity is. I mean, that's the pure definition of integrity. And I think if you look at your lives and what you're doing, do you have integrity in your business? Are you doing the things you're supposed to be doing in your business to get it to where it's supposed to go? Are you taking actions to carve the path for others to follow? Because I think that's what we're supposed to be doing as business leaders.
For sure.
And if you're doing
ripple.
Absolutely, because if you're taking all the right actions, somebody's always watching.
Well, and okay, you just said taking the right actions. So what I want people to understand too is totally okay to make mistakes and have some failures.
Yes.
Like I look at action taking as stepping stones. I'd rather people be taking wrong action and
learning from it.
Yes, definitely. So if you can just get the mistake and failure thing out of your vocabulary, we talk a lot about aligned action. And what that means for me is that I feel what I've termed purpose-driven kind of fear. It's that feeling, it's a little bit more excited than anxious about what I'm about to do, because it so aligns with my mission and purpose and goals, right? I know what my purpose-driven fear feels like. So that's always aligned for me. It always feels like the right move forward, whether or not the feeling is crazy,
Well, and I love this, because what it made me think about is if we can turn that fear into that high vibe energy and start thinking about that fear of, okay, here's that fear. Oh, hell, this is the move. This is where I need to be. This is the action I need to take.
Totally.
Because one of the weird things I had to learn early on in my business is when that fear popped up, it wasn't fear. It was the universe getting you excited for the next move you're about to make.
Yeah, it was your compass.
Yeah, totally. The universe was saying, hey, that's the freaking direction you need to be going. You're doing it right.
Yep. And this, for all you healer empaths out there.
That was pretty woo for me.
So that's, you see how I'm segueing into that, because if you guys feel that feeling, and in the past you've made it mean that it was something to be afraid of and like to turn in the other direction from, then you're never taking the action you need to take to actually get to that next big place, right? So this is like differentiating those feelings inside of you, but also just figuring out how to move your ass while you feel it.
So
right?
Here's a fun question. You've been doing your business for 3-4 years now. Are you the same person that started 3 or 4 years ago in your business?
No way.
Why not?
The moves, the action gets bigger and bolder, and the mindset gets clearer and more badass. So every single year of practice of all these things we're talking about has elevated me to a place where, first of all, I just don't as much care what other people think. I know my lane, I know my mission and purpose, and I feel it burning so strongly in me now after those years of practice that, oh man, I look back to the beginning of it when I was mostly scared shitless, but doing it anyway, to now the action has bred the confidence, it's bred the motivation, it's bred the courage, right? So that's how I feel different now.
Yeah, I love it, because I'm the same way. I truly believe we have to evolve. right? When you go from career, physical therapist, sales guy to business owner, I mean, you cannot be that employee and still try and run a business.
Right.
Right. And so when you have these aligned actions, you can't help but evolve into I don't want to say better, but a more evolved version of yourself. And for me, I mean, I joke with some of my team members, and I'm like, man, if I knew half the shit that I know now when I started this company,
Yeah.
we'd be way beyond where we are right now. But the flip side of that is and I know you agree with this, you couldn't know all that stuff without going through all the things we went through by
Right.
taking the action. And so it's never about overcoming a fear. It's never that. It's always about who you become as you go through that fear, right?
I
It's
love that.
evolving into that next level version of yourself. And once I wrap my head around that evolution of me becoming a business owner, because when I first started to run my company, I was telling everybody, I'm not a business owner, I don't know what the hell I'm doing. And I kept proving that over and over again, that I didn't know what the hell I was doing, until I realized that I was manifesting the words that were coming out of my damn mouth.
Totally.
Right. So it's
Wait, did you use the word manifesting just
no,
now?
that did not come out of my mouth at all. That was the guy behind me.
I love it. We're rubbing off on you. Oh my God.
Holy hell in a handbasket. Here we go. Right.
So, and I love also, like, part of our mission with your high vibe business is to help you guys. I will use the word shortcut, and here's why. Because we know you need the experiences, but we also now know the actions you should be taking that will be the most successful. So part of why we're even doing this podcast and the programs that we have is because it's frustrating to learn that all yourself, and it takes longer. And if I knew what I knew back then, my community and mentors would have been different and stronger. Yeah. I didn't get what you don't know what you don't know, and you just do the best you can with what you have. But today, I'm so happy and proud to be sharing this information with you guys, so that maybe we speed up your journey a little bit. You know?
And I'm always weary of the word shortcut, and I love how you put it, because if you try and shortcut anything, you're never going to learn anything.
Right.
But it's true. Is we were starting our businesses, we didn't know the questions to ask. Right. We didn't know who to seek out. And I'm sure you, as I did, found some good mentors, but also found some really bad mentors, along the way. And it's because, as you said, we didn't know what we didn't know. And it was through the aligned action that we found the right people. We were able to grow our businesses to success. We were able to evolve into that next version of ourselves. And I agree. This is what's fun about teaching it back. I mean, it's a hero's journey to a T.
Yeah.
Is we've gone out, slayed a few dragons, gotten our ass kicked a couple times, and we're bringing what we've learned, and I tell all my clients, I can't guarantee you I'm going to get you to $1 million business. I can guarantee I'm going to get you as far as I am. Right. Let me get you as far as I am. And then as I continue to grow, I'll teach you that stuff too.
Yeah,
right.
Exactly.
And I think that's the brilliant thing, that if you take actions with the idea that someday you get to teach somebody else what you've done, man, it makes it a lot more fun.
It does. It's such a motivator. It's like that alone gets rid of some of the fear, because you go out as the trailblazer knowing you have enough courage to do that. Like, you don't really care if you look stupid or make a mistake or whatever, because behind that is, hey, I'm going to be able to teach this to somebody.
Yeah.
What a badass high vibe attitude, you guys. Like, think about that. It's not, I love to say, this is not about you anymore. Your fear of not good enough is fucking boring. Like, go do the thing so that you can help somebody. It's about whose life you'll change. Yeah. Right? Yeah, I love that. So in love with that idea.
And I think that's part of the biggest success that you and I have found in our businesses, is the teaching aspect of it.
Yeah.
Is once I understood that you only had to be one step further than the people you teach,
Yep.
it made me want to go bigger faster
Yeah.
because I could teach and embrace more people. And come on, we all get it. When you're able to tell somebody how to do something and they wrap their head around it and they do it and they light the
Yes.
fuck up and they're like, holy shit, that worked. I don't know if
Best
there's any,
feeling.
greater feeling in the world than that.
Totally. I totally agree with you. Best feeling ever. Best feeling. Oh my God. I had such an awesome. So if we're not like exciting you guys yet about this, like going out and taking more action for this very simple reason that Donnie was just talking about, I don't know how we're going to do it.
Right.
I mean, that is the best feeling you'll ever have. I sat in a workshop last night that I was teaching about writing, and I had a lower turnout than I had hoped, whatever. Okay. So, because I've gotten into the mindset that even if it's one person that shows up, I'm going to deliver because of what we're talking about.
Yep.
So it was a few people showed up, and at the end, I mean, this one woman just looked at me and said, "Oh my God, this was profound for me tonight." And I saw the light bulbs light up. I saw what you're talking about. And I just thought, yes, like, yes. And you only need one of these incidents to catch, to keep you going. So it was awesome.
And that's a perfect example of aligned action, right? It's showing up anyways.
Yep.
I remember when I was first early on doing sales training, I went and did a session. And, I looked at my business partner. I said, dude, if only 2 people show up, I'm canceling the whole freaking class. I'm just not doing it.
Yeah.
And he looked at me like I had 2 heads. And he very gently, kindly, because he was a very, very nice guy, looked at me and said, Donnie, you'll do the training anyways. And me being a bulldog, I'm like, what's the point? 2 people, that you lose the whole vibe of the room.
Yeah.
He goes, they still showed up. And I went, shit.
Yes.
Right. But
this is so key, Donnie. This is so key. I was so in that mindset with you a bit ago, and I canceled a couple things back then when I was in that mindset. Like, darn me, why couldn't I think this way? This is it, you guys.
Yeah. And some of my greatest wins and some of my best achievements from coaching clients came from those small intimate rooms.
Definitely.
And the reason being is you get a chance to get a lot more intimate in the conversations and get a lot more connected with the people that you're hanging out with. I mean, it's the difference of speaking in front of a room of 1,000 and a room of 10, and what you're able to do.
Well, you give such more unique and customized value because there are less people. There's so much value in your smaller audiences, you guys. And I really, like I said, I wished I had that mindset back, a while ago when I was looking at it with such a different kind of like, I wanted 30 people and only 3 showed up, so I'm going to cancel. Like, no. Your value that you can over deliver in so many different ways when the group is smaller. And what if you got 3 badass testimonials from that that you could then put on your website that was actually selling your next thing, right? So you have to think about delivering
or
to those
if one of those people in the room's like, hey, I know another event you should be speaking at.
Totally.
Or there's just so many pluses that can come out of that. So
yes,
guys, take them from the perspective of, by taking these actions, you can teach somebody else, because it really helped me level up my game, to really get to that next level. And if you're wondering how to become a get shit done person, all it is one step in front of the other. Is keep fucking moving, and keep taking that aligned action. Do the shit that scares the hell out of you and watch the doors that open up for you.
And maybe we will do an episode too about all the different ways you can be taking action. I mean, this topic is, obviously loaded with goodness, and people want to know, like, well, what do you mean? Like, am I going to make a call today? Am I going to reach out on Facebook Messenger? Am I going to set up the appointment? Well, there are 3 ideas for you guys.
Right? There's episode 2. No.
Yes, exactly.
So, well, guys, do us a favor. If you got any greatness out of this episode, you learned anything, share this out with a friend. Tell somebody else about the show. It does a lot to help us reach and touch more lives with this. and leave us a review wherever you listen to podcasts, Google Podcast, Apple Podcasts, Stitcher, iTunes, it doesn't matter. Leave us a review wherever you're listening to podcasts. That means everything to us.
Yeah, you guys, thank you so much for your reviews. If you want to take everything to the next level and explore a little bit, go on to yourhighvibebiz.com, and we've got a free mindset download there for you, as well as information about all the stuff we're up to, programs, workshops, all of that kind of stuff. So yeah, we'll see you over there.
Yeah, keep being badasses, guys. We're enjoying it.
All right, see ya.